It's really nice having you here. So, as you said, you spent around 30 minutes roaming around the campus itself. So, can you just tell everyone about some kind of a memory or something you remember that still stays with you?
Ah, actually, I mostly remember the nights, not the days. So all these sleepless nights, like preparing for the exams with friends, usually in the E building where you have the study room. Second, in the co-curricular activities like Robocon, I don't know if you still have it, Robocon or IEEE or even such things like NSS. So I remember those things, even cultural things like Avishkar. I used to do, I did a lot, all of those, but mostly I remember working in Robocon where we used to sit in the room, working on our different project or working on the task mostly.
So, by the way, sir, a lot of people have some kind of first impression kind of thing, where they might get something wrong about you at the first impression. Has that ever happened to you? What would it be, and how does it change over time when they get to know you?
Uh, well, actually, considering my structure and considering my personality, people think he is not a serious person. But when it comes to the actual real world problems or when it comes to real world things, I'm damn serious. Then I'm not. I'm the force you don't want to be reckoned with.
So you have mentioned before that your interest in electronics started early. What did those experiences teach you about adapting and learning quickly?
That's actually a wrong question, I would say. I did not learn anything quickly.
Okay.
Regarding electronics, it literally takes a lot of failures, a lot of patience and persistence. I remember during my college project, like during my third year and last year project, I was one of those guys who used to sit in the lab, hitting the oscilloscope, blaming the power supply, and literally cursing the circuit that why it's not working. So it's the one thing I learned is this doesn't come very quickly. It you have to give time to it.
So when you first entered engineering, what were you expecting from the college itself and from yourself?
Okay, so just like the crowd, I expected I'll go to college, I'll read the books, I'll clear out exams, and then eventually I'll get the job.
Okay.
That was the expectation, but that's unfortunately is not the reality. So yeah.
So, sir, looking back now, is there any kind of skill that you unknowingly learned very early on from your college days that you still hold on to today?
Unknowingly, it's a non-technical skill, I would say, but I got a hold of trying to read books. I started reading self-help books. I don't want to be a motivational coach, sorry, but from my personal experience, from second year, I started reading books which could actually help me move ahead. Because the thing is, the amount or the crowd or the friends that we have, they are also like us. So we don't have anybody to guide us. We are away from our family, we are away from all the guardians who are there, so we don't know whom to trust, we don't know whom we can ask the questions and all those things. So I started reading books and I started watching anime also. So that's where I got motivation also.
So when you think about your time in VIT, especially in ANTC, how do you feel it shaped your approach to electronics and problem solving today?
There are three main things which really helped me. First is the friends which I had. So whatever friends I had back then, they are still friends. Sorry, those were actually we were pushing each other to learn new things, be curious, learn why this is happening instead of just doing just we say ratta marna. So we used to think that why it is like that. Second, as I told you, reading books. And third is the faculty. Vishal sir here, and there was one more senior faculty member who is RNK sir. They really helped me personally. I used to go to them, ask so many questions. I literally used to bug them around, but still they used to be patient with me and they helped me around for that. So I would say instead of being just into curriculum, having a good friend circle, having good faculty, and being hungry to knowledge, it helped me.
So back in your college days, what did a successful career mean to you, and how different your career is now from that time?
Okay, so just like all of us, we think, okay, so I'll get a job at 9. I'll go to the office, sit in a good, nice PC in a AC with good ergonomic chair, do all those things, boast around, do some crazy shit, some boring stuff, and all those things. But eventually, when I got into electronics, eventually when I would say matured myself, I got to know no, I don't want to do that, and that was one of the reason I never attended any on-campus placements because I didn't want to do IT jobs. Till this day, I don't know how to write codes. I don't know C, I don't know Python, I don't know how to write code, but still I'm surviving.
So as you said, you don't write any codes, but you have worked in multiple domains. So some of them are EV hardware, BMS, EVSE, and full hardware lifecycle. As you move through these roles, how did your idea of career growth change?
The thing is, actually, it did not change. It just matured because the things which I used to do here, I'm doing the same thing again. So today also, if I go into office, I'll take a circuit which I already designed or somebody else designed. I'll test it. I'll fry the circuit. If the circuit is already fried, I will check why it is fried. So I'm doing the same thing, but the only thing is the approach is different. So as I move forward, I know what could fail and how this could. So the thing is, the failure mechanism. I'm talking very technical. I'm sorry, but considering the approach changed, not the working condition. Working conditions are still the same for me.
So you have worked in different environments as well, especially Germany. So how did working there change the way you look at engineering opportunities?
Okay, so there are two aspects here. Working in India is definitely different than working in Germany. And a lot of us as young Indians thrive to go to Western countries. And there is nothing to wrong about, honestly. So if you want to build your career here in India or in abroad, it's the same. The only thing changing is approach. If you talk about particularly Germany, I think you already know the German engineering. You know they are very proud of it. Everybody is okay. It's a German product, so it is. It will be definitely German cars, German brands, because there is a process behind it. So whenever they are trying to make something, let's call it a product. So whenever they want to make a product, they put a lot of effort into it. They don't consider it as a job. They consider it as their passion. So that is what I see lacking in India. And the second thing is the work-life balance that you already know. I will not go into it, but it's actually pros and cons. So here you have friends, you have you can roam around even on Sundays, Saturdays, everything. But there you don't see people. There you just have transactional friendship. There you have very limited resources. You don't have people to help you. You don't have people to talk to. You are very alone there. So there are pros and cons. You just have to decide which pros you need and which cons you need.
Throughout your journey, you stayed open to interests outside your main role, especially YouTube. So how did you manage to stay curious and active beyond your core work?
Fortunately, it is the thing which I'm doing on the YouTube channel. aligned to what I'm doing in the work. So whatever I'm doing on the daytime, I'm doing the same thing on my YouTube journey. So it's not different. The only thing is I'm learning person who is equally experienced like me, my knowledge than me. I'm not bragging again, but I have seen that. So my YouTube journey actually helped me here, and because of my YouTube also, I'm in Germany. If it was not because of it, I wouldn't have been here.
So talking about YouTube itself, I have also noticed that you have interviewed industry experts. You might not have learned otherwise.
So there are two things here actually. First is you have to listen. We as young folks, I still consider myself young, like you guys, but we as young folks, we don't listen much. We still think that whatever we know is better than others, and I would say that's arrogance, and we have it. Just face it and accept it. So first, we have to listen to what other person is saying instead of get prepared what I want to say. So first, we have to listen, and once you listen, you will know a lot of things. And second, what I have learned, not everybody knows everything. So you have to filter out also. So you have to be little bit clever about it.
So for students who want to explore side interests but still stay committed to their main path, what kind of balance has worked for you personally?
Okay. Well, actually, I would suggest that the first priority should be the main career, main thing what you want to do, and side interest should be the byproduct of it. So for myself, uh, the main interest was into electronics, and YouTube was kind of byproduct, which actually I enjoyed, which actually I learned a lot of things, and I also thrived in my career. So I don't want to guide here because I'm also learning how to balance it. So I would say just prioritize it.
So now from some questions from the students' perspective. So a lot of students enter engineering without a fixed direction. How do you think they can still make these years meaningful?
Okay, so I will tell you guys one thing which I learned very late. So the thing is, during engineering, we used to think, okay, so we just have to complete the assignments because we get a lot of assignments. We have to study for the exams because we have a lot of exams, but that's just being normal. That's just being just the crowd. Right now the market is very very brutal, so if you want to stand out you have to make something out of it, and that's why actually right now is the best time to find out what your passion is, be it technical, non-technical, core, IT, whatever it may be. Just don't go behind whatever is the hot skill or hot topic in the world. That's what I would suggest.
So talking about passion itself, how can a student differentiate between a passing curiosity or something they should really focus on?
Uh, for this, I personally do one thing, that if I'm curious about something and I think yes, it might be my passion, I give certain amount of time and I go very deep into it. For example, considering from a student point of view, right now I'm, let's say, in second year or third year, let's say third year, and I like a particular subject, and I think I can do career into this. So I will give 3 months to that particular subject. I will go very much deep into this. I will see what are the career opportunities for this. And if I see that this is I want to do for the rest of my life, then that's the passion. It's like that analogy when I think you all have seen Ye Jawani Hai Diwani movie, right? So it's like marriage. So Marriage is just like dal chawal for 50 years till the time you die. So your passion or your career is like your dal chawal. So you have to enjoy your passion till the time you die. So that's how you find your passion.
So, according to you, what are the skills that students can learn to reinvent themselves later? So, just like you shifted from core electronics to EV systems and also content creation. So, what do you think could be some of the things that the students need?
I would say I did not shift. It was just the level of the same. So the core part is still there. So EV systems still need resistors, capacitors, still need microcontrollers. So code is still there. The basic is still there. I did not move away from it. The only thing is I try to build myself on top of it. So if you have very strong foundation of basic knowledge, you can go anywhere you want regarding that field.
So, building on this itself, what could be some non-academic skills that the students need to learn?
Teamwork and soft skills. That's very important. So if you are in a team, so I would encourage every one of you to join some extracurricular activity groups like Robocon that we have. If you are into technical stuff, go into EDC. Do you still have EDC? So if you are into entrepreneurship, go into EDC. If you want to do management, go into IEEE or do NSS. So I would encourage that you surround yourself with the people where you have to work in a group. You have to be a team member. That's very important because going forward, if you want to make something, if you want to do something, you need a team, and you should be able to be a team player, and then eventually you can lead the team. That's your part of that's totally what you want. But if you want to go into that, first be a team member, uh, try to be a good teammate, and second, have good soft skills. I'm not talking about talking politely. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about be curious about what you want with others also. So, how we talk, how we address ourselves, how we manage ourselves. That's very important during the first time of your journey, or for putting your first impression. There is a very famous quote from Suits. I don't know if you have if you have watched the series. It's like Harvey Specter says, "Your first impression is your last impression." So that's where your soft skill matter a lot. Again, don't be arrogant, but you have to improve your soft skills. So apart from being technical, these two things are very important for to have a good career in life.
So, looking back on your entire journey from VIT to Germany and EV innovation, what do you appreciate most about this whole journey?
I appreciate that I got a lot of I got a lot of help. I reached out for help. So asking for help is very important. You should ask for help. So that is what I learned very early. It's not like you're thinking about like I'm very little. Why am I asking someone for help? No, it's not like that. So I'm grateful that I got out of it, or I kind of that I kind of put my fear back regarding that.
So, is there anything that you didn't really learn or plan early on that later on became a very important part of your life?
My YouTube channel actually. So my YouTube channel started with the subject when Vishal sir itself used to teach us. It was regarding the design subject. So me and my one friend, we actually knew few things about it. So many of our friends or many of our classmates used to ask a lot of doubts. So we thought, let's do one thing. Let's make a video and put that video on YouTube, and they can directly watch it instead of bothering us. So eventually, we posted that video. We got good appreciation. We got good confidence, and eventually, I started doing that. It's been more than 10 years. I still do it Although I still think that it is underperforming for myself, considering my goals, but that was the thing which was unexpected, but surprisingly, it is helping me the most.
Okay, sir. So, if a student could remember just one thing from today's conversation, what do you think it should be?
Oh, that guy is very cool. That's all.
Okay, sir. And lastly, sir, what's one thought you'd like to like to make the students sit with when they think about their own path, whether in electronics or something else entirely?
I didn't understand your
So,
question.
what's one thought, like one thing that the students should think about from their own perspective, like you thought about during your school time, maybe your college time?
Um, One thing is, there is not just one thing. I have multiple things. First is, enjoy this journey. You will not get this time again. Enjoy this time with your friends. Enjoy this time with your roommates. Roam around. Enjoy your life. Do a lot of shit. Just enjoy it. But second is, try to find your passion, because this is a time where you'll have time to find your passion, be it non-technical or technical, whatever it may be. But these two things are very important, and this is the right time for you to find your passion. You're already adult, so you're already mature enough that you know what you're getting bored at and what might be very interesting for you. So this is the right time to find your passion. And second, enjoy this time. This time will never come. And next is, the thing why I'm emphasizing finding your passion right now is, most of you might have a question whether I should do masters, whether I should go for a job, or what exactly should I do. But once you find your passion, you'll have your answer on your own. So that's what I would suggest all of
Thank you,
you.
sir. Sir, I will pass over the stage to you so the students can ask you questions.
Okay, cool. So yeah. Anybody, okay, anybody have any question, or you still are very, very scared of asking it?
I have.
Yeah.
That one advice you would give to yourself, the younger self, the younger Parag Shah who was still in second year of EMT. That one advice that you could change, go back in time.
uh, Invest more time to find your passion. That's what I would say. I didn't invest much time which I should have. That costed me a lot of time, but eventually I did. But I would give that particular advice to myself. So, okay, one random question to all of you. So, how many of you want to do career in core electronics or core industry? Oh, nice, a lot of them. Okay, now how many of you think that you are prepared enough to find or to get a job in 6 months? Okay, nice, good confidence. All right. What do you think you're prepared?
Well, right now I will do VLSI
Mm-hmm.
and I'm most focused on RDA designing
Mm-hmm.
and verifications. Also, verifications on FPGA and all.
Okay.
Also
So,
designing microphone.
all right. Are you working? Are you doing an internship, or you're?
Not right now. Currently, I am just into designing the architectures and all for now. But I'm working on few projects for startups.
Oh, that's great. Nice. Good. What about you?
So I'm mainly interested in robotics.
Okay.
So I primarily worked my first internship in embedded related to hardware domain CAN protocols and everything. And second internship is in that same company. There was second project that was into a two-board system for a 660 freedom, 6 and the building of the entire system from scratch, the software that is ROS2 with the UI. So that
Oh,
project
nice.
was now completed in this.
That's really good. You guys are having very good exposure. That's nice. You guys are I would not say lucky, but you guys know what you want to do. So cheers to you. Any more questions? Yeah.
Now as you know, we are really experienced in the whole electronics. My first question is: it happens with most of us that when we think about a project or we have a idea in the abstract form. So my opinion is that we don't approach the project properly. If we have to make something innovative or we have to redesign the already designed thing.
Okay.
So we don't approach that properly.
Okay.
I want to know from you that if you have to redesign something or like there is for example if there is a microcontroller and you have to add a specific module to it so that it works properly and integrated and also the microcontroller gets upgraded. So what is your process to approach it properly?
Okay. So, well, that's very advanced question for the guys like you. I really appreciate your question. Um, so there is a process called requirement engineering. So first thing is, if you want to reinvent or redesign something, the first question you should ask is, do I really need it? Is it adding any value to it? That's the first question. Then the second question you should ask, is it making it better or worse? Second, considering it from the product point of view. So here basically you have to think it as a startup founder. So if I'm designing something or if I'm designing a product, I'm doing this. I know it is cool, but the person or the consumer, will he buy it? That should be your third question. So these three are the main questions that you should ask yourself. Then you can move forward. Then the requirement comes and all those things. But these three things are very important because we mostly think, okay, yeah, this looks okay, but I can make something better out of it. But you think that way, and it might be like, okay, even if you do it, it might feel worse or it might get into worse things, and that's what research and development is. So most of the things what we do, there are 5% or 10% of the projects or 10% of the designs that get approved or that work. So you just have to keep working on it. That's the process of it, I would say.
Very well.
Yeah.
So, like, my question is, what is your long-term goal? What is your long vision? And then, see here, you are currently in SG or two. You are at your YouTube channel. So, do you like to do any other extra thing, related, like, doing this job or to stay with this?
I will not answer this question right now. But if you want the answer, I'll tell you personally later on. Yeah.
I am currently interested towards more in power.
Okay.
How, as you are an expert in power electronics and hardware design, so how did you approach towards getting the job or getting power? What things do you like to do?
Um, so for not just for power electronics, I would say it's generally for all core interested students. So unfortunately, in India or anywhere, we don't get on campus interviews or on campus companies that directly come and give you job. That doesn't happen. It's a very hard thing to do. Either you have to be very extraordinary. I was not one of them. I used to sit on the back bench. I passed my subjects somehow. So I was not a bright student. The thing which I would emphasize is doing your own things. So tomorrow, for example, consider yourself that you're taking an interview of yourself. Why would you hire yourself? What is different than others which you can offer to a company? So you have to build that way. So if you are interested, let's say in FPGA or VLSI, in power electronics. So you know your interest. First, again, first approach is to find your interest. Now, good, congratulations, you have your interest. Now, how to go deeper into this? Ask your faculty. Many of your faculty might not know about it. That's a brutal reality. You have you have phone in your hand, you have internet, you can ask it, you can do multiple, you can do your project on it. So basically you have to make your resume stand out. That's only important thing, because once you do that, once the company understands that yes, this guy can be helpful for me, even though he is new, he might be helpful for me, then you'll get the job. But first you have to stand out, and that's why you have to push yourself further. You have to make your own projects, you have to build yourself something. You basically you just have to what you say, you just have to go all in for that. That's where you, once you find the passion, and you said you have your passion in power electronics, so there might be one thing where you might not get job directly into, let's say, power electronics, but you might get job into a core working industry where you might not work into power electronics, you might work into embedded systems. That's fine, but you have to start somewhere, because when you start somewhere, you eventually end up working on that, and then you also understand this is also a good opportunity, I might go into this. Fortunately, I had interest, I went into that. But there were some jobs which I had to do even though I didn't have any particular interest into that, but still I learned a lot. So we just have to be open for it. And there is one more thing. So right now we should not be very focused about just one thing, like specific. We are still very young, we have to be open about it, although the core should not be affecting. So yeah, you have interested in hardware part of it, but don't go into embedded systems or don't go into IT. But if you find anything into electronic stuff, just go into that. Eventually you end up in all electronics, but at least you have to start somewhere. Yeah.
So my question is regarding now the startup industry. Now the thing here is that I have many connections in other colleges, and I find out that most of the even our colleges, my friends, they are either uh, I mean, their startup is like a software-based startup or a SaaS, or even if people, if they are bringing up a hardware startup, it's most likely a PCB designing, or it's like you give me money and I make your project. But there is not a proper product-based hardware startup coming up out of the students, at least in this area where at least I've seen today, or I see other startups from other colleges like big colleges, IITs, and all.
Yeah.
But the number is very few.
Yeah.
So is it the same case in Germany where you work right now? If there are many startups for hardware, then what they are doing different than us?
So I would say Germany is very different than India. Germany is already an established institute. It's like established institute. They have everything. So if you find out a particular idea, they're already working on it, or they already have product out of it. The company is already working on that. But in India, we still lack. So that's one thing. And second, there are a lot of hardware based core companies. There is a term called Mittelstand companies for German companies. So there are small case industries which are already there. They have started years, like centuries back, 100-year-old company, 50-year-old company. So they started their that type of industrial revolution that time itself. India, it's starting right now. So there are more startups in India. There are more startups coming from India than from all of Europe, I would say. because here we have a lot of problems. When the problem is there, you have to find a solution. So it goes hand in hand.
I'm specifically asking the startups coming out of the students and not the.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So in Germany, in Germany, basically, when you study there, you actually get industry related knowledge. So getting a job is very easy compared to Indian student market. So they don't think out of the box that way. Many of the technical universities, what I saw, there are mostly Indians. There are no Germans. There are mostly Indians or Asians. So even if they went there, they're thinking about jobs or doing some good job or doing something good into research field. In India, the situation is such that you don't find such job or you're not finding such cases or such solutions that you directly go. So considering, to answer your question, there are very less startups or opportunities for the startups than in India. Although even if you are having a startup over there, you get very good grant from government. So government is supporting, but the mindset is not that hungry as what in India is. And talking about the startups, in India we have a lot of startups compared to Germany. Germany, there are, as I said, those are all big institutes. So that's where they're actually struggling regarding this. So I work in automotive industry. Right now, the German automotive industry is struggling than Chinese ones, because China is literally dominating the market. They're eating them alive. So they got this culture, they got this hustle culture out of themselves from the China. I'm saying Germany is not like that. So there is a cultural shift. It's okay. Don't be afraid. You can ask the questions. I know you guys have questions, but you're not speaking up. Okay.
So, thank you so much, sir, for sharing your journey and insights with us today. Your experiences from VIT to Germany, from core electronics to EV systems, and from engineering to content creation have truly been inspiring. We appreciate the time you took to guide us, the clarity with which you explained real world engineering, and encouragement you have given to everyone here. On behalf of VIT Pune and the Industry Institute Interaction and Outreach Council, we thank you for being with us today. We wish you continued success in all your future work and we hope to host you again soon. Thank you, sir, and thank you everyone for attending this session.
Thank you.